Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. If you're someone who's achieved success, if you've built and strived and worked hard and made it happen, then you know the same survival energy that helped you climb that mountain won't help you enjoy the view. And when it comes to money, you might notice, even with more than enough in the bank account, in savings and investments, there's still fear of losing it, fear of it not being enough, fear of it disappearing, fear that you haven't accomplished the goal that you set out to accomplish that was going to make you feel like you have achieved your highest potential. This isn't a mindset issue. It's a nervous system imprint, and it's time to heal it. That constant fear around money, success, achieving, the clenching in your chest, the endless survival mode, that feeling that safety is just out of reach, they aren't signs that you're failing. They're signs that your body is still trying to protect you. And even better news, they are patterns that you can heal. You were never meant to live in survival mode. Constant activation actually creates disease in the body, not to mention the mind. You were made for more. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to begin breaking free. If you haven't met me before, my name is Rebecca. I go as the Vibe Mentor. I am the founder of the Somatic Trauma Spotting Healing Process. And this video is for you. If you are a heart-centered, intuitive, spiritual being, you feel those deep layers of life, and you know you're here for a higher purpose. You believe in divine provision and soul-led living, but you also feel trapped by an unreasonable fear around money, stability, and survival. Maybe you crave peace, but your nervous system still lives in survival mode. Maybe you desire overflow, or you've even achieved overflow, but you still keep bracing for the worst. The good news is, if you're here watching this video, you are ready to heal. You are ready to live from abundance and not fear. Let's be honest. Most of us grew up learning one thing: money equals safety, and sometimes struggle equals worthiness. And so your nervous system was wired to believe that struggle is normal, that calm can even be dangerous, and provision comes through pain, sacrifice, or people pleasing. Safety is always somewhere out there, just beyond our reach. No wonder your body flares up in panic before you check your bank account. Your mind spins in catastrophizing when unexpected bills come in. Or maybe just moving large amounts of money still makes you cringe. Part of you keeps repeating the chaos because the chaos once meant protection. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You are carrying a body-level survival pattern that was never yours to begin with. The body keeps the score, and this is why we haven't been able to solve that problem with overthinking. Survival mode taught us that vigilance keeps us safe. Hustle kept us afloat. Being hyper aware of every dollar built our first version of success. But true abundance, true peace with money requires a different frequency. It asks us to regulate, to trust, to receive, not from a place of earning safety, but from embodying it, living by faith, not by sight. And when you heal these patterns at the body level, everything changes. Peace becomes your natural baseline. Money becomes just a resource, not a god you have to serve or a hammer that can harm you. Provision flows through love, grace, and divine alignment, intimacy with your creator. Calmness feels safe and stillness feels expansive. You stop bracing for disaster and you start opening to miracles. You embody the frequency of more than enough. Overflowing storehouses. You live from the wholeness that you were created to be, not from chasing or surviving. For so long, I didn't even realize I was operating in survival mode. I thought it was normal to feel dread every time I logged into my bank account. I thought I had to struggle endlessly to deserve safety, love, and abundance. It wasn't until I started seeing the somatic patterns, feeling the burning in my chest, feeling nauseous or my stomach turning over, constantly holding my breath or feeling that anxiety, that tension in my chest. When I finally learned about somatic healing, that's when I realized that my body always thought I was in danger. And no amount of mindset work was going to override a nervous system that is stuck in a pattern of survival. Yes, we have to regulate our nervous system, but we don't want to just put lipstick on a pig. Somatic healing gets at the root cause that lives inside of the cells of your body. I had to go deeper. I had to heal at the root. And when I did, I began to shift. Money flowed easily, opportunities opened, and relationships changed. Peace finally was comfortable and I was no longer living in that survival mode. I finally felt whole and complete. When we elevate money above our relationship with our Creator, we have made it an idol. We have given our power away to it. When we have decided that the amount of money in the bank account somehow defines my safety, my value, and my worth, I will stand on a faulty foundation. And while I can shift and change those beliefs at a cognitive level, I cannot, without working with the body, shift the nervous system programming, the subconscious programming. And that is why the gift of trauma spotting is such a beautiful download from the divine, that God put this in me to deliver to you, to help his people awaken to the abundance and the overflow that we were made to receive. How much of service are you able to be in a place of struggle and lack versus how much of service are you able to be from overflowing storehouses? It's time to rewire your body and return to the original design that God intended you to live in. Somatic trauma spotting is the process of healing and closing those stress responses that live in your body, that cloud your vision and put static in the vessel, keeping us from hearing God's guidance. Trauma spotting allows us to clear out all the junk and listen to the divine voice of guidance, the sacred wisdom that flows through your body. The body is the temple of the spirit, but we can't hear that guidance if our body is full of junk, full of weeds, unhealed wounds, and subconscious programs that might have been necessary at one point, but are no longer effective. The kingdom of heaven is within, and it is time to tap into that wisdom of your sacred body and spot the exact emotional and physical signatures of your survival mode pattern in real time, listening to that burning in the chest and surrendering to the tightening in the belly, compassionately witnessing the part of you that lives in panic. And instead of spiraling or suppressing or buying into the story, you meet that part of you. You tend to him or her. You stay present and you love them as a compassionate witness back into wholeness. You breathe into the body and rewire the response, loving the part of you and thanking it for protecting you, allowing him or her to see that we are safe now. We are not there anymore. And surrendering into the restorative experience of safety amongst the calm. Closing that old stress response that never closed allows you to work with that part to rewire the belief that is unconsciously choosing for you. Over time, your entire system recalibrates to a new reality. Provision is normal. Safety is your natural state. And you take back the power and authority that God gave you to bear fruit and to create heaven on earth. You see, you're already more than enough, and you already have more than enough if you learn to rest in stillness. We were told, be still and know that I am God. That is the opposite of that activated nervous system state that causes us to run in hypervigilance and try to do it all ourselves. Instead, we are asked to be still and allow God to deliver what he's always been trying to give to you. When you step out of that survival mode, you can finally abide in Christ and know that every need will be met according to his riches and glory. When you stop and heal trauma somatically, you reconnect to the divine within your body, intimacy with your creator in your body. You stop blocking abundance with fear. You become magnetic to the provision, connection, purpose, and peace that is always available to you. You don't just strive anymore. You thrive, you create, you live aligned, whole, and free because you are finally safe from the inside out. If you've been stuck in this, if you've been struggling with this, if you've been cycling in survival mode, if you know that there has to be more to life than what you've experienced so far, but you haven't been able to break free, please hear me when I say this. It is not your fault. And more importantly, it is not your future. You don't have to live in survival mode anymore. You don't have to brace and clutch and fight. You were made for peace. There is a reason an activated nervous system causes disease, but a parasympathetic rested state of your nervous system is associated with rest, digest, healing, growth, and repair. You were beautifully and wonderfully made, which means you were made for rest, ease, and overflow. You were made to be more than enough. You were made to have more than enough, but you were made to rest at peace, knowing there's more than enough. And it all starts by coming home to your wholeness, coming home to yourself in your body. Home is where the heart is. So if you're ready to truly receive this at a bodily level, if you want support, guidance, and a sacred space to transform these patterns once and for all, I invite you to join us for the More Than Enough Mastermind. In this container, you will receive step-by-step guidance in the trauma spotting process, daily healing and activations and exercises, weekly live sessions and group healing and Q&A, a powerful community of heart-centered, soul-led visionaries just like you, and the full More Than Enough Mastermind course to rewire your identity at the deepest level. This is not just another course. It is a rebirth. It is your homecoming, and it is your sacred permission to live in that wholeness that you were designed to. Enrollment is now open, and your future self is already thanking you. Remember, you're already more than enough. You just have to rewire to believe it. You always have been, and you always will be, and it's time to live like it. Click below to join us, and I can't wait to see you inside. If you want to learn more about how your effort, hustle, and grind blocks your manifestations, make sure you check out this recent video I made. I love you so very much, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Namaste.